I watched my daughter-in-law hurl a leather suitcase into the lake and drive away without a single glance back. I stumbled toward the shore, my shoes sinking into the mud with every frantic step. The water was cold, thick, and pulling, but I didn't stop. I grabbed the suitcase, dragging it out with shaking hands. My heart was hammering so hard I could barely breathe. Then, I heard it.
A faint, muffled sound coming from inside.
"Please, God, don't let it be what I think it is," I whispered, my fingers trembling as I fought with the wet zipper. It was jammed, but finally, it gave way. And in that moment, my world stopped. What I saw inside chilled me to the bone, in a way I hadn't felt in all my 63 years. My name is Eleanor, though everyone calls me Ellie Whitlock. I'm 63, and I've been living alone since the day I buried my only child, Marcus, 8 months ago. Our house, tucked beside Lake Juniper in rural Georgia, used to echo with laughter and warmth. Now it's just silence. Rooms too big, hallways too empty. That September afternoon, I was sitting on my porch, sipping sweet tea, when something strange caught my eye. A silver sedan, Sloane's car, my daughter-in-law. She was speeding down the dirt road toward the lake, kicking up clouds of dust like she was running from something. My stomach tightened. Something was wrong, terribly wrong. I set my mug on the railing, squinting as the car screeched to a stop right at the water's edge. The engine kept running. Then Sloane jumped out, wild-eyed, panicked, and without hesitation, she threw that heavy leather suitcase straight into the lake. And that's where it all began. Her face was flushed, her hair a tangled mess. She yanked open the trunk so violently I thought she'd rip it right off its hinges. That's when I saw it. The brown leather suitcase. My suitcase. The one I'd given her the day she married my son. "To carry your dreams wherever you go," I'd said back then, so certain of her goodness, so proud of that moment. How foolish I'd been. Sloane dragged the bag out. It was heavy. So heavy. I could see it in the way her arms shook, the way her body bent under the strain. She kept glancing around, nervous, guilty, like someone being watched. That look, I'll never forget it. "Sloane," I called from the porch, but either she didn't hear me, or she chose not to. She stumbled toward the water's edge. Every step looked like a struggle, not just from the weight of the suitcase, but from something darker, heavier, pressing on her soul. Then she swung the bag once, twice, and on the third heave, she launched it. The splash tore through the still air. For a few seconds, the suitcase floated, bobbing gently, before beginning its slow, dreadful descent into the dark water. Sloane turned and bolted for her car. The engine roared to life, tires screeched on the gravel, and within seconds, she was gone. Nothing left but the swirl of dust and the echo of that splash. For a moment, I couldn't move. My mind froze, replaying what I'd just seen. The desperation, the panic, that suitcase. Then something inside me snapped. My legs started moving before my brain caught up. I ran, down the porch steps, across the yard, toward the lake. My knees screamed, my lungs burned, but I didn't stop. When I reached the shore, I saw it. The suitcase, still floating, barely above water. The leather was soaked, dark and heavy, sinking inch by inch. Without thinking, I waded in. The water was icy, far colder than I expected. It reached my knees, then my waist. The mud sucked at my feet as I reached out, grabbing one of the handles. It was unbelievably heavy. I pulled, straining, gasping, water splashing against my face. My clothes were drenched, my hands trembling. Finally, I managed to drag it to the muddy bank, and that's when I heard it. Soft, muffled, coming from inside the suitcase.